2.
Hi, this is Mike from Stream2Sea. You have filled out your demo paperwork, which means that you've taken a training, you've probably read your demo letter, which means that you're no longer called a demo agent, right? We're now superheroes, we're lifeguards, we are the savers of all the babies. If none of that makes any sense to you, go back and read it because it's really important and it's going to affect your ability to do this. So you've filled out your form, which means that you've checked with the store to make sure that they have enough stock, because you could sell it out, who knows? And if you're not the one doing it, you're checking with your rep to make sure that they have stock. You're also checking to make sure that it's going to be a busy day, right? We don't want to go in on a Wednesday in the morning unless there's some sort of a big sale going on. Because the idea is, if you profit, if you sell, the person that reaps the benefit is actually the planet and all the babies on it. So we don't care if the babies are human or if they're cuddly little coral larvae. We want to save them all, because if we save the cuddly coral larvae, about 70% of the world's oxygen benefits. So I have just received my demo package. Ta-da! So I'm going to unpack it just like you would. I've even got to change my own terminology to my superhero package. You've got a poster. You notice that I've set my table up with just things that I've had around the house. I was raised in Hawaii. We want to make it look like it's, nice and inviting. I have my how to apply mineral sunscreen. I don't usually put all of them out, but for today we'll show that. I have my Eco Peas, my pamphlets about our products, spread a couple of those out. I have what we call no-no cards sometimes. They're the ingredients to avoid, and they're great to hand out to a lot of people. Okay, put those out. Now I reach into my full size, and I see that they've included Try Me stickers. I'm not going to put them all on, so we take the time to do that. This one already has one on it. But I set out my leave-in conditioner, my body lotion. I've got a regular SPF 30. I've got a shampoo and body wash. And many times what I do, I just differentiate the sunscreen from the body care products. Sting Relief Gel. Okay. And then we have lip balms. And what I do is many times I'll go to the shelves and I'll steal their lip balms if they're okay with it, because I like to sell this small stuff right off the display. And then I go get some Conscious Explorer kits if they have them, and I add them into here. Now, most of the rest of the things in this box, you don't really need for each of the individual demos, but what I notice is we're sending out little shampoos and little conditioners, the 1 ounce travel size. Many places will carry these in addition to these. It's fine to use the small size as your sample because they're not going to use a bunch of it. The things that they're going to test, we're going to test a bunch of this. We're going to smell the shampoo. We're typically going to smell the conditioner. So you have 1 ounce conditioners. We've sent you 10 of them. What you're using those for is training, right? So if you get to train a store member, you get to train the nutrition person, or you have somebody that's really, really interested and they have an influence outside of just the store, great, maybe give them one of these, right? Because they become your sales staff. Remember, if you hire a salesperson with something like this product, then it's just impacting the globe in a huge fashion. So I might even suggest, are you ready? Use this as your tester. Take the big one home and try it yourself, right? Take the shampoo and conditioner home and use it yourself, and then use these as your testers. You need to have testers, and they're important for showing and smelling because that's what everybody uses. But remember, the one that they're going to actually try, Sting Relief Lotion and the sunscreens, because you're going to show them how to use all those things. So anyway, there is our setup. Remember that we've gone to the shelves and we've counted to see how many of each product they have, and we're marking it on our form because our goal is to have global impact, and to do that we need to move product. Because if that person came in to get something, remember, 85% of the body care products in America contain estrogen or endocrine if they're a chemical-based product. So endocrine disruptors. So anything that we exchange for our product instead of that one has a global impact immediately. So you're checking everything there so that you can tell at the end how much you actually sold and how much moved. So you notice that I don't have space behind my display table. Sometimes that's where they want you to stand, but what I noticed, I was just in a co-op yesterday and watched a very attractive table set up like this with a person that was very friendly that smiled. And I walked by 4 times. If you look at this, you go, wow, beautiful display, beautiful products. It doesn't tell the story. We need to educate, and that's why we're here to be lifeguards. That's why we're not here to be a demo agent. What she was doing is essentially saying, do you want to try it? If somebody approached. Okay, we want to do exactly the opposite. So that's why I like to stand out here. I like to keep my hands to my side or open or moving or behind me, not like this, right? I'm open to what's going on. And so somebody comes by and I'll say, hey, have you ever heard of this? This is a really important story. You have no idea how important this is because most people have no idea what's in the products that they're using. You've heard of the term reef safe, right? Do you know that it means nothing? There's no regulation. It's just kind of like natural food. That one hits them when you're in a health food store because they go, natural food, that doesn't mean anything. Reef safe doesn't mean anything either, right? So we want to talk about how the things that are killing the reef, almost everybody's heard the reef safe debate, the things that are killing the reef are killing us too. It just takes longer, right? So adding estrogen to our life, disrupting our endocrine system. There's a study out of Sweden that actually shows that using those chemicals makes it go epigenetic. If you haven't taken the training, you really need to. This is important stuff. So what you look at is whatever the person in front of you is interested in. That's the part that you go with, right? So I have a guy that goes, we don't live near the reef. I don't really care. So remember that the National Hockey League had the cup 100 years before they had the helmet. That's important. What's important to those guys? What's important to them is their reproductive system. Great, talk about that instead of the reef because it still helps the planet. I don't care what the impact is, right? I don't care what the point is that makes them interested. So very important to show them how to put it on. We have the application here, but people don't believe it, people don't read, so we need to make sure that we show them how to do it. So normally you would take a pea-sized amount, rub it between your palms and blot, or you can do the dot method. And typically what I do is the dot method. I put a couple of dots on my back of my hand, and then I rub it in. And I show them that this beautiful tint goes away. All you get is a shine. Because if you know mineral sunscreens, they can be very goopy, they can be very thick. We don't have that problem with any of ours, so it's very important. So talk about all the salient features, right? You have a sugarcane resin tube. If you have a plastic tube, there's the potential that you're leaching chemicals into your sunscreen. So we have a sugarcane resin tube. All of our other 6-ounce bottles are also sugarcane resin tubes. The shampoo and body wash is amazing. It can be used directly in fresh and salt water. It does no harm. It is an amazing cleaner for wetsuits, for waders, for traveling. Use it in the sink if you need to wash clothes while you're out on a European backpacking trip. We also are making a mask defogger that's coming out pretty quick, and this works very, very nicely for a mask defog. Our Sun and Sting Relief Gel, amazing product for sunburns, jellyfish, anything that really irritates the skin. It works terrific for that sort of issue. Great to have with you. I use it as an aftershave because it's one of the very few things that I know that's non-toxic that does that. The body lotion, nice kind of coconutty pina colada sort of smell, amazing. My test as someone who always forgets and lives in a dry state like Idaho, I put it on. If I go downstairs, get in my car, if it comes off on my steering wheel, I won't use it again. This one passes the test. Very light, absorbs very nicely, very high in antioxidants, as are all of our products. All of our products have an antioxidant base and then add whatever else was necessary to make them function. Leave-in conditioner is one of our most popular. It's the #1 repurchased item. Works amazing for people with curly hair, people with coloring in their hair, Both the shampoo and the conditioner have UV inhibitors in them, so it's really good for keeping the color in people's hair. It is amazing coming out of salt water. Let me tell you, you can put some in your hair, rub the rest on your body, and go straight out to dinner. It's like you just took a shower. To me, the life-altering one was the lip balm. Our soothing lip balm, if you are in a crowd of 12 people, you ask who's addicted to lip balm, you'll at least get 2 to 3. So most lip balms actually cause you to be addicted to lip balm. They dry your lips out. This is the first one that I've run into that not only has all of our antioxidants, it adds green tea and matcha. Very soothing, very cooling. We call it a soothing lip balm. And I'm down to using it 2 to 3 times a day rather than 2 to 3 times an hour. And I'm guessing if I got electroshock therapy or something, I would probably stop because it's all mental now. My lips are cured. I don't really need it. This lip balm, our SPF lip balm, is exactly like our sunscreen when it comes to application. So make sure that you dab it and then, rub your lips together or use your finger to rub it around, because then it'll blend. If you don't, it won't blend at all and you'll look more like a clown. Or a juggalo, depending on what part of the world you're in, whether you understand that or not. Our Conscious Explorer kit, we call them KCEs. They're in a lovely little recycled jute bag made by impoverished folks. Terrific product. It's a little bit of everything. It's great for traveling. You got 3 or 4 days for each individual with this really easily. Trying to think of issues that people will come up with. Goodness, it's expensive. If you really look at it, you saw how little I put on my hand. A 3-ounce tube lasted a family of 4 7 days in the tropics. It was my family, so I know. Now, we're not, crazy. You have to only wear sunscreen. We had on long sleeve rash guards when we were hiking. We had on a hat, but this stuff goes a very, very long way. So you should get about 4 times the amount. The first time my family went to the tropics, we were going through a 6-ounce tube every day, and it ended up being about $78 over that time frame, whereas this is $17.95. So this in that situation would be a great savings. So really, it's just a matter of education. We have to let people know what's going on. Please feel free to call me. What I'm wanting, like I said, is when you go into any of these places, sell out. Sell as much as you can. Educate everybody. If you get there and you realize, goodness, there's nobody in this store, what am I going to do? Go find the nutrition person. Go find a cashier. Talk to other people there. If there's other demo agents that might be a chiropractor, a naturopath, whoever they are, it doesn't matter. They might want to know about this, and they may know somebody else. So use the time, regardless of how many people actually come in. The last time I was at Natural Grocers, I engaged 75 people in 3.5 hours and sold 25 products. That's pretty much the norm. I've gone much higher than that, but I've also been to a Natural Grocers where there were more employees in the store than we ever saw of customers. And I can guarantee you that every one of those employees knows everything about Stream2Sea that you could ever hope for. And the difference is about 10 times in sales. That's the way to get us to hire you back, to do more of these things. And we have lots of events that we'd like people at. They just need to be effective because it's that important for the planet. So thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it. I'm Mike at Stream2Sea.com. Please feel free to reach out to me. You get your demo approved beforehand, right? You tell us what the event is. It's all on that form. And then you can send it to me afterwards. I'll get it approved and send off to accounting to get it paid for. If you have any questions, like I said, please send it to Mike at Stream2Sea.com. Thanks so much. Go out there and save the planet.